Before we start today, I did just want to show you my new planner for 2018. I got this actually at the Daiso store, so it was very, very cheap. When I got it, this whole part here was actually like a really red and bubbly looking like cover, and when I took it off, underneath it was actually this like very nice just white book. So I took some washi or like cotton tape and I went over it on certain parts, like reinforced the binding. I need to put something here on the back, but and then I add just a little bit of a like 2018, a tiny little bit of a thing, and then each individual day is just kind of a blank day for my planning. So I want to show you guys this before we start with today's drawing, just because I really, really like this and it's making me very excited for the new year. So good things to come. So for this drawing, I stated in my last, I think it was digital drawing last week, that I wanted to do something that was whole body because I don't draw a lot of bodies. One reason because I'm still kind of uncomfortable drawing whole bodies. The second reason is because the moleskin I'm using is so tiny. It's so small. Like, as you can see, usually one page is barely the size of a, like, length of a pencil. And so I'm, when doing this one, I was just thinking of what I could draw that would be just like a whole body and just something fun to do. And this took me forever to think of. I had to delete like half of the footage on this because it was just me like tapping my pencil on the paper because I couldn't think of anything. But I'm actually incredibly happy with what I came up with. I'm very much trying to get into like the winter spirit. I have had some trouble here lately, like being very like, yay, it's Christmas time. So I've been doing a lot of Christmas themed art, and I live in the Pacific Northwest, and there's not necessarily a lot of snow where I'm at, and I'm kind of missing the snow. So I figured I would do something that would kind of like reminisce on like snowy nights. And so I really like how this turned out. I think it has an overall great feel, and I just love it. Some key points that I do like, I hate how her foot in the back is. I wish I had did on differently, but I did film this also at like 2 in the morning. So for that, I'm gonna just give myself a pass. I'm very happy with kind of the perspective I've given it. Usually I don't do that many backgrounds and such either, so I am quite happy with how this turned out. It was like a lot of different stuff coming together, and it just, there's something about when you finish a piece of your art and you look at it and you're happy. There's just an amazing feeling, so I am very, very happy for that. I do want to say I'm sorry for the camera kind of like not focusing. It's kind of going in and out a lot. I do apologize. My setup's not quite the best, and I think I had this on like a weird focus, so I am sorry. Let's see here. I did use a 0.2 multi-liner on the girl, and for all of the background stuff, I've been favoring using a like bigger multi-liner. I don't know why. I just really like how those turn out right now, so I used a thicker line for all of that. This took me, I want to say around 40 minutes. You'll see when we get to the coloring, I didn't necessarily go too in depth or like add a lot of depth to it. So it's kind of a flatter image, but I feel like that's fine for how this turned out. And currently with the moleskin I am using, the paper is kind of thin. And so because of that, if I put too much color down with a Copic liner, it can kind of start tearing up, well, a Copic marker, it can start tearing up that paper. So because of that, I did just want to like kind of go nice and smooth and like not go too heavy with this drawing because I am only 4 pages away from finishing this sketchbook. Here I am doing the lining. I added a little bit of detail to the girl, but you'll see a little later that I don't think the detail came out as much through the jacket. So she's a little plain looking, but again, like for what I wanted for this drawing, I am perfectly fine with that. What am I missing? Let's see. Oh yeah, my eraser broke. there's something about when your eraser breaks that just makes me so sad. It's so aggravating. Oh, I blew on the paper. Oh, that's ridiculous. It's kind of funny that just like the little things you do, not even realizing it. But let's see. Things to come. I will be doing. I have two sketchbooks. One is already complete. This one is almost done. So I will be doing like a little mini sketchbook tour and like posting those. I don't know when those will be posted. It might be in lieu of a digital drawing, just because at this point I have not had a lot of time to like be on my either my tablet or my computer to do any digital art. So for that, it might be a little bit of a wait on digital art. Tuesdays might turn into sketchbook review Tuesdays. We will see. Um, but yeah, here I am just coloring in the color with my Copic markers. I'm so happy I finally got my Copic marker refills, so it is a real challenge when all the colors I need are out of stock, but I actually just refilled them today and made a mess. This is the first time I've done them. I have only had the Copics since about July, and they turned into my favorite way to color a piece very, very quickly. I cannot rave about them enough. They're just the color payoff, the mixing ability. It's perfect. It's so perfect. Um, Let me see here. But like I mentioned earlier, I didn't want to add a lot of like shading to this picture, so it is relatively flat. It didn't take me long to color this one because of that. It's mainly you put down the color and then you're done. I did stick to a more kind of cooler color scheme just because I wanted everything to kind of tie and like give you this overall feeling of it being cold and chilly outside. And I think that came off pretty appropriately with the colors I had used. But yeah, and just this makes me like think back to my college days seeing this picture. It makes me so happy. It's been a while since I've made a piece that has made me this happy. So, oh man, it makes me just I'm just gonna sit here and rave about myself for a second. I do wish I had colored the snow differently. Snow is a weird thing because it's all white and just like lumpy. It's never just like a clear thing, and I feel like I kind of like went over that with the shading. But then again, it's like it's snow. It's gonna be all white, so I should have done it just a tad differently. Oh, and with my gray Copic here, it took me forever to get that color down because that was my driest marker. I didn't realize how much gray I used. Apparently, I use a lot of gray. And then here for highlights, all I did was I just took my white jelly pen and just started making little dots for the snow. I wanted to make a lot of big ones and a lot of small ones to make it look like there was some in the far background as well as some in the front. So I think that kind of came off appropriately. I do hate when you're drawing like a circle and coloring it in and it comes out looking lumpy. Ugh. Because I don't know, in my mind I feel like those snow dots are like perfect circles, even though realistically they're not. But yeah, and then I just went over the girl with the white for highlights, as well as in the end I did also highlight her just because you want to make her pop a little bit against that dark background. It made her kind of look like silhouetted through the picture. And yeah, that is my drawing, my little winter night picture. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.